How's it going? Welcome to the evening. I don't know if you can see the table here, but I have more cards that I'm getting together that I'm going to sell. This is kind of cool. This is already a chunk of cards that I have set aside, of cards that I'm 100% going to sell. I just don't need them anymore. This is kind of cool. Ended up finding 3 mortuaries. I remember buying these for like 50 cents or $1. They're all like near mint. Stuff like that. Things that I just don't need multiple copies of. Mortuary is already a very niche card. So stuff like that is going to get sold. Just moving stuff over here. And then we're going to jump into a fun video. Or a fun stream, rather. We got Card Conduit over there because just like on the last stream, we are going to be, all the to keep stuff needs its own spot. But we are going to be putting stuff in 2 piles. One pile is going to be stuff to sell and stuff to keep. And I want to send them like at least $1,000 or like maybe like $1,500 worth of stuff. So I'm going to keep going through this box. This is where we left off. And I hope everybody's having a good night. Big thank you to all of our channel sponsors. Card Conduit. Great spot that you can go to sell your cards quickly and easily on the internet. We're going to be using that website this entire stream. Card Conduit, we've already had, I think, more than like 300 people use our code this year. So hundreds of people are using the code Marty Magic to sell their Magic the Gathering cards and get extra cash. And then also heavy play. You see this mat down here. Here, I'll go ahead and hide the left monitor here for just a second. This mat is heavy play. It is a really nice mat. This is the Artist Series. And yeah, they do these like really nice mats. They're all magnetic. I didn't know how I was going to feel about the folding mat, but I love the way that it easily just fits into my backpack. It just folds in like a MacBook Air. It's just like this extremely convenient thing. I thought like maybe it was going to be weird or maybe it was going to be like smaller than a normal playmat, but these are actually really nice. I've kind of implemented heavy play gear into all of my MTG lifestyle, and I've really loved it. I was kind of like, okay, I guess I'll just, switch out a bunch of stuff and just try this out, and I really love their stuff. So you could also save using our code Marty Magic on heavy play. Yours, Blight Widow says, mine is the only playmat I want to use now, honestly. I thought I'd not like it. And Cosmic Seeds, what's up? Good to see you. I changed the latency on this stream so that you should be able to communicate with me and I should respond faster. So let me know if I'm missing any sort of chat. I see Brody Ham says, on my way to a birthday dinner at a surprise place. Nice. Wait, is it your birthday? Wait, Brody, whose birthday is it? We'll look at heavy play now. Thank you. Yeah, check it out. I watched the VOD for that last organizing stream. It was rough. Yes. My approach to Magic the Gathering has changed so much. It's like I'm just going through these past years of what I've done, Jank, and it's really wild. Today's Brody's B-Day. Ooh, baby. Nice. Well, happy birthday, Brody. Everybody sing happy birthday to Brody. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Jank, you have to sing. Happy birthday, dear Brody. Blight Widow, I don't hear you singing. Happy birthday to you. Cosmic Seeds was the only one who sung along the whole time. And true Mrs. Popo got in there right at the end. It's so nice to see all of you. Yeah, I heard you, Jank. I heard you come in there at the end. Okay, good. You're welcome, man. I hope you have a nice night. Let's get some games going soon. I hope you enjoy your ball pit game later. Good. I just knew that you were. I knew that you were. I've met you before, and I know that you're a singer. I just know it. I need to grab some cards because I want to start the organizing. I want to hang out, but we're all going to have a good time here. We're just going to chill, and my actual singing would kill the stream. And we're going to get some cards together and make this pile taller. I want this pile. This pile right now is like this. I want this pile to be, you know, like this. I want it to be a chunk. So we're going to go through some more cards and pull some stuff. Exactly. There we go. I knew it. I knew it. I know when people are singing. That's my superpower. I wasn't given like a superpower that was worth anything. It's very much like but I know if people are singing or if they're not whenever I'm in a different location than them across the internet. Blight Widow says, "Okay, Jake, I challenge you not to hold on to cards you aren't going to use within 2 years." Well, I don't know who I'm going to be in 2 years. It's impossible for me to sort that out. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. All right, later, Brody. Wait, what happened? Oh, I see. You're both uh-ohing each other. No, we're going to have a successful stream. Let me go get some stuff so that we can... Well, actually, let's get through the rest of this blue shit. I need my current card thing. Here we go. All right, we're starting things off with the Antiquities War, man. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. Or no, it looks like we're starting things off with Kiora Best the Sea God. I don't know if I have any more of these, so I am going to keep that. My internet is doing the thing again? This is so frustrating. How bad is it? Oh, good, Jank. I'm happy that everything looks good. Paige's signature is really cool. I was like, I wish you were an MTG artist. You've got a great sig. Okay. All right. Well, let's just get into it. The first thing we're gonna, I guess, get into are these freaking Mystic reflections. Okay. All right. Well, let's see if any of the Mystic reflections are worth anything, because what we're looking at here is kind of dumb. And what sucks about these ones in the back is these aren't singles. These are sets. These are all sets back here. So there's probably at least like 30 copies of this, if I had to guess. Yeah, I'll call Spectrum tomorrow and try to get it sorted. I can't have the streams be like this. It's really annoying. Well, at least these are worth like enough to send in. I'm looking at 75 cents. So I keep the... No, honestly, I don't need to keep any of these. Their near mint price is 80 cents on retail. TCG low 68 cents. Yeah, let's just let's just hold on to a playset of the extended arts, and then we'll sell one. We'll keep a playset of the extended arts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll get rid of 6 extended arts. We'll keep a playset of the regular copy of the card. And then we'll get rid of the rest. Hello, Mom. Good to see you. Yeah, we'll just get rid of all these Mystic Reflections. I don't know how many they'll want, but hopefully they want some. Next up, we have the Antiquities War. Now, this is just some... Okay, so like we have Reflections of Lich Ara. This is something... It's probably got some value. $0.46. I see extended art at 2 and extended art foil at $2.25. Yeah, we keep this. This is actually a really cool card. I don't want to get rid of that. All right, let's check the Antiquities War. What's up, Dino? Good to see you. Hello, hello, and good evening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We've got 4, 8, 12, probably about 25 copies of this. Ay, ay, ay. The Antiquities War. Gosh darn it, it's not even worth sending in. It's a 3-cent card. So, I probably thought that this was going to be good, or else I wouldn't have bought 25 of them. It's nice to know that I spent at least what I would assume is like $25 or more on these cards to get back, you know, probably like $2 or $3 worth of cards. Not bad. Not bad. But they're not even worth sending in, so they're just going to go into the keep bulk pile here. Then we have Kyrie, and the reason that they're not worth sending in is because Card Conduit really just wants stuff that has some sort of demand. It can be small demand, but cards 50 cents or more is what they recommend sending in. If you send in stuff like this, you're essentially just like sending them cards that you're not going to get any real money for at all. Am I quiet? Chat, I don't know what to say. I do not know what to say, except it would be really nice to have like a sound engineer come in and check this out, because my mic is turned all the way up. Can you not hear me at all? Like, if I'm just, like, absolutely eating the mic like this, can you hear me? Like, I'm in the red. Just quiet? Am I still quiet? Much better? Okay. Alright, I'll just keep it close to my, closer to my mouth. That's what she said. There's no time, but it's what she said. There's no time! Kairi. K-A-I-R-I. Rip. I have a foil. I have a couple extended arts. I have an extended art foil, and I have an extended. I'm looking at not a lot here. Alright, I'm not even going to worry about sending those in. And then we have Drakehaven. Drakehaven! 75 cents, 3 cents. Good. Good. Very smart man I am. Well done, Jake. Good brain. Good brain. Smart brain. Smart and good brain. Paradoxical outcome. Nice. Level 34 on Gnome Rogue. Hardcore. Wow, paradoxical outcome. No value on it. Nothing has value. Everything is worthless. Nothing here has value. I remember when Siren Storm Tamer was a card that I bought for like 50 cents, and then when it was in its heyday in Standard, this was a card that went up to about $4. And I got rid of some of them, but these are 8 copies that I still have. Let's see if it is worth anything these days. This is a Pirate Wizard, a Siren. Storm Tamer. Let's see what we got. Yes, exactly. Look at that. Nothing. Nothing. It's worth a 0.002 cents. I don't even know what that is. Like 2/1000ths of a cent. I guess these are just floating around everywhere. All right, let's see what else we got. Here's some other junk. I'm seeing Legacy's Allure from Tempest. This is many copies here. Looks like at least 8 copies. Absolutely. Absolutely, Paige. Yeah. I think the big takeaway here is because there were cards that were bought with the intention of like holding them and selling them, missing moments to sell off stuff like Siren Storm Tamer when it was worth $4 a card, that's where this really adds up. Because some of these cards, like a lot of this stuff that's worthless, like Paradoxical Outcome, that was a card that had some value at one point. Stuff like the Antiquities War, it never really panned out. But a lot of the stuff, I mean, Mystic Reflection, this was the card that I thought was just going to do great things. And I think a lot of the time, when you're talking about, oh, a card, did it do great things? What that translates to is, was the card ever worth money? Because this is a good card. It's not like Mystic Reflection isn't a good card. It just never blew up in price. But I don't think, you know, the value of the card, like money should determine a card's worth. I mean, this is still a great card. It just never did, like, explode as far as being some sort of, you know, great, expensive card. Legacy's Lure, Tempest, 13 cents. Nope. We'll just keep it. Spell Swindle. So the stuff that's getting kept, this can be fun stuff for when I do these, like, build decks and give them away. Spell Swindle. Spell Swindle bros. Alright. Okay. Alright. I see a little bit of value on Spell Swindle. I'm seeing at least some dollars. Retail price, 80 cents. I can sell a couple copies of Spell Swindle. Keep 2. Sell 2. Oath of Jace. This was when I was buying Planeswalker related stuff because of War of the Spark. Do any sites give you a notification if a card hits a high? I think with MTG stocks, you can set up notifications. I think you can set notifications for cards to alert you when cards hit all-time highs. Oh, yeah, EK, what's up? We're just organizing some cards. All right, so we got Oath of Jace. Absolute junk. All right, we'll set that in our keep pile because we'll try to figure out what the hell to do with it. Dig Through Time. I can tell you this card is not going to be worth anything, despite being an absolute monster when it was in Standard. The foil has a little bit of value, but other than that, it's pretty much bulk. Yep. Dig. Cemetery Illuminator. All right. This was a card that I saw. Oh my god. I should go back and look at what I paid for this card. And I will pat myself back for showing restraint, not dropping an F-bomb there because I got close. Jeez, I probably paid freaking $15 for this card. I'm sure I did. Dig through bulk. That should be the name of the stream. Forgetful Paladin. Dig through bulk. I know I don't want to look because I know that I overpaid for it. I probably paid like $40 for that playset. Like, I thought it would do something. I'm like, okay, here's a spirit, and I knew spirits were a big deal. So a 3-cost 2/3 flying. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, exile a card from a graveyard. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. Once each turn, you may cast a spell from the top of your library if it shares a card type. It was just, I thought it would be like an absolute engine. 2/3 flyer with all that text. But I know flyers these days, if they cost 3, you know, they need to be like a 5/5 trampler with surveil, and if an opponent searches their library, they lose 10 life. There's just not enough text on this, and you know, that's my fault. I should have known better. Now, Fractured Sanity, I'm pretty sure is a staple in Mill. There's just a lot going on with this card. 75 cents. 3 blue, each opponent mills 14 cards. I mean, this is the card that replaced oh my god. What's the card? 1 blue, 1 black, 1 other. Each target opponent mills cards until they reveal 4 lands. Why can't I remember that card? Wow, my MTG brain has just failed me. Fractured Sanity, though. 95 cents. Is it worth it to send these in? Yeah, I guess so. I think I have a set of these. Oh, there's 5 of them. Actually, what the fuck? Alright, you know what? I'm going to keep a set of them just in case, and I'm going to sell 2. Because I have 6. So we'll just keep those. I feel the same way about Cultivator Colossus. We all have piles that never panned out. It's part of the game of speccing, but when you find one that blows up, you forget the whole keep pile. That's right. That is so true. Coach's Magic, what's up? Nice to see you. It is Mind Funeral. Thank you. Yes. It's that card from Alara. All right, then we have Padim. Yeah, Mind Funeral is one of my old favorite mill cards. But it has been power crept. Still a cool card, but it has been power crept. All right, all these Padims, it looks like Padim has good value because that darn degenerate blue color that people just love. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these. This looks like one of those cards that is just like, put it in a precon, put it in a precon. And so for me, that is a good enough reason to just be like, let's go ahead and get some, even a tiny bit of money back on this. I will keep 1 Padim, and I will sell 7. There you go, Paige. Mark it. Actually, I'll keep 2, just in case I want to put one in a commander deck or something. It's probably worth it to keep 3, actually. I'll keep 3, and I'll get rid of these. It is one of those cards where you do kind of want to have it if you're in an Artifacts Matters kind of thing. Let's see what else we have here. Alright, so we've made it through the blue cards. Good, thank you. I know, she goes, well, there that goes. Whoa, whoa, what did I do? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Were these all keeps? Yeah, these were all keeps. This was keep pile. Yeah. Keep. Keep. Yeah, all of this is pretty much... You know what? We can look through this. Yeah, I guess we can look through this. This is fine. The keep pile is easy to find. It's the biggest one. That's right. That is right. All right, Warden of the Grove. Buried alive. Warden of the Grove at the beginning of the end step. Put a 1/1 counter on this creature. I don't even have any copies of this. So, like, stuff that I don't have multiple copies of. Yeah, look at all these stupid Catildas. Let's see what this thing is worth. Foil, 53 cents. All right, I can get rid of some. I'll keep 2. And I'll get rid of the rest. I just don't need all of them. Prismari Command. Actually, Prismari Command is good. I'm keeping that card. Is it Boiler Works? I'm not really in the mood to get rid of any lands. Lands are just always good. You know, Westvale Abbey's kind of niche. But I do know for the most part I want to keep my lands. So I'm not going to worry about looking any of those up. All of this looks like junk, and I think we would be better served looking through other stuff. Let's bring over the artifact pile, and we will see what we have here. Lands, am I right? You are right. Did you build any Spider-Man decks, Jake? I got close to building the Venom deck, but then the collector in me took over and I decided not to open the action figure and get the card out. I was gonna build Anti-Venom Horrifying Healer, but then I just decided against it. No, I may actually try and build it, but then I had a conversation with somebody where they were like, no, it seems too straightforward, and I was like, oh, you're not hype on it. But then I was thinking about it, I was like, it doesn't matter if they're hype on it. It seems like a fun deck. I already have a mono white commander deck. So that's the long answer to say, no, I haven't built any. If they come into play tapped, sell Madamus. That's probably a smart idea. Oh god. Oh chat, this pile is embarrassing. At least I have some Maskwood Nexuses that are nice before we get into the rest of this. Let's see if these have any value. Maskwood Nexus is one of those cards that's also had a lot of reprints at this point. And I sold off a lot of Maskwood Nexus when I did my first card conduit video, and I'm happy that I did. Alright, so $4.95 for the foil extended. You know what? I'll sell one foil extended. That's fine. I'm going to sell one, I'll keep one. Alright. Sell one, keep one. I don't even want anybody to look at these. Don't even look at these. These are a joke. Oh my god, chat. I'm like self-canceling myself here. RT says, LOL, I was looking to watch a stream to avoid sorting my cards for a cube. Well, you can live vicariously through my sorting. Oh my god, you're touching real MTG cards. I'm hitting like. MTG Gaming Bob, it's good to see you. Yeah. If you're watching on Twitch, I appreciate you. Thank you all so much. And if you're watching on YouTube, the home of where the Martishius Magic YouTube channel is, I appreciate you all as well. Honored Heirloom. I guess we should talk about this card since I have like 50 copies of it here. 3 for a monolith, and it has 2. Tap, exile target card from a graveyard. I thought this card was so amazing. Jake, would you like me to tell you something that will make you feel much better? Yes, I would. Yes. Larry Legend, what's up? Says, yo, good to see you. Blight Widow, I've never seen that card in my life. I saw your stream on YouTube, but I came over to Twitch. Okay, nice. I have a ton of copies of this. Let's see how much this junk is worth. This limited junk. This junk that I should have never bought. Probably paid 50 cents a card for this. Yeah, of course. Yes, of course. Of course it's not worth jack shit. We put it here in the keep pile. Codex Shredder. Alright, there's some interesting stuff in this pile at least. Codex Shredder. These are all foil Codex Shredders. What the hell was I thinking, man? Foil Codex Shredder. Target player puts the top card of their library into their graveyard. Sacrifice Codex Shredder. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. I have no words. I have no words. I do not understand. But let's go ahead and look it up. Yikes. Good. Oh. Nope. The list version isn't even worth sending in. The Fallout version is worth 60 cents. It, like, what? Ugh. Gross. Witch's Oven Foil. I'm pretty sure this is my only playset of these, so I am keeping these. But this was a card that I had bought a lot of copies of, and I've shed almost all of them, so I'm going to keep my Witch's Ovens. Jinxed Idol. Yeah, we really do have to love these brains. We got some good brains going on. Got some good brains going on. Krakenjank says, I bought a Bombastic Bagman version of Spectacular Spider-Man in Joel's Discord for $800 right after Atlanta. Oh, no. Oh, no. Which Spider-Man is he? Hold on. What is he? Spectacular Spider-Man? Well. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Go, what, like a 30% loss from when you bought it? The FOMO got you. The FOMO got you. It took you over. Myth is here. What's up, Myth? Put that in the pile where you stuck the breeding pools. Oh, no. Paige says, Jacob Martishius, shaking my head. Masquid Nexus is my pet card. It is a great card. It is a great card. She said your name. You're in troubles now. See above spectacular. Oh, the bag. Yeah. Yeah. Ugh. Yikes. Jinxed Idol. 40 cents. We'll just keep it. We'll just keep it. Jinxed Ring. Jinxed Ring, chat. Let's see what we got. 80 cents. Okay. Alright. See, 80 cents. Whenever any card is put in your graveyard from play, Jinxed Ring deals 1 damage to you. Sacrifice a creature. Target opponent gains control of Jinxed Ring. Permanently. It's an interesting card. How many copies do I have? 1? Oh, I think I keep it. I think I keep it. You got trapped in the pre-release price hype. Yeah. That's what happened, Jank. You win some, you lose some. It's just an expensive lesson. That's right. That's right. Oh, there's more Jinxed Idol. All right, so these right here would have probably been from the Tempest Commander Sleeper series, which was something that we used to do. Mortuary. That's where I remember combing through and looking at good cards, and Mortuary being one of them, where I was like, oh, this is a card with a really good niche effect. And I remember seeing it at like 50 cents to $1, and I bought 4 of them. And now years later, that's like a $30 card or something like that. Anything that's like that has never had a reprint and just has only like the one copy, that's like the kind of stuff that I'm targeting. That's what I really want to sell. Cal Kursko, what's up? There are a lot of versions. Volraths. Lab. Let's see what we got in Volrath's laboratory. Nothing. Nothing. It's a big old 12 cents. It's a keep. Jinxed Idol. More Jinxed Idols. We saw that's not worth anything. Fool's Tome. What do we got on Fool's Tome? 3 cents. That looks really nice. That's a really nice price for a card these days. 3 cents will buy me gum off the ground. 4. 2 and tap. Draw a card. Use this ability only if you have no cards in your hand. Trash. Absolute trash. Oh, here we go. Here's more Jinxed Rings. All right, I have 1 in the keep pile. I'll put 3 in the cell. I do have a Jinxed Ring over here, right? Yeah, I do. Okay. All right, we got Thran, Temporal Gateway. Forgetful Paladin. I bought playsets of Mana Confluence and Nykthos when they were cheap. There we go. Now we're talking, man. That's what's up. LOL, we used to pick all sorts of childish creature types for Volrath's Lab back in the day, when we didn't realize you had to pick an actual printed type. Oh. Well, when I was a kid, I thought in order to like tap like mana, like say something costs 4 black, right? I would be like, okay, this taps for black. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's how I thought Magic was supposed to be played. So, yeah. Shomenuchi. Where am I selling these? I'm selling these on Card Conduit, which is our sponsor. And Card Conduit is a great spot that you could go to sell your cards. And you can send them all of the stuff that's worth something. That's why I'm using their price check tool over here, because they let me know what they are going to pay for a card. And I will send them my cards, and then what they will do is they will buy list my price, or buy list my cards using their optimized buy lists, and they will just send me money direct deposit. So what I will do is I will put all of these in, and then they will send me a spreadsheet of what order they want them in, and then I will sort them, and then I will send in the cards, and they will send them out, buy list, and then like within a week they're going to send me cash for the cards. It's a really, really great service. And I've used it multiple times, and I've never had an issue with it. What's wrong, baby? Oh, sometimes my cat wakes up from a bad dream, and she's just like, I exist! Tapping like that does have some flair to it, right? You chose Manatee. Yeah, let's do more of that. Madamus says it's cool. We didn't understand Ball Lightning. It says bury at the end of any turn, not the next end of turn. So we're like, nah, we don't choose this turn. Oh, God. Show cat? George? All right. Let's see if she wants to be picked up. Give me a second. She's a big baby, so give me just a minute here. That's Ripley. She's named after the protagonist from the Alien movies that matter. Cat dreaming about being chased by a giant rodent? Probably so. Probably so, if I had to guess. If I had to guess. Let's talk about Thran Temporal Gateway. One of those cats need to go to a vet. I hope not. I try to be really good about taking care of them and getting them their stuff. The one thing that you have to do is figure out a way to make your cat drink water, and so I always make sure that I sneak water into their food and make sure that they stay hydrated. This is a stream about cats. I know that that's what everybody wants. Thran Temporal Gateway. Not a Prometheus or Covenant fan. Count Crisco, you know, because I like everything Alien, I have found things about those movies that I do like. But for the most part, like, I like Prometheus, but Covenant frustrates the hell out of me, man. That movie just annoys the ever-living shit out of me. There are so many moments where I'm like, what are you thinking? And I get it. I have to suspend my disbelief. I have to be like, if I was on a ship, or if I was on an alien planet, and I was getting chased, or if, you know, I saw, you know, something mutating inside one of my friends, I would probably be freaked out. I don't know if I would make the right decisions either. And so that's kind of how I get through that movie. I grin and bear it. Dino says, damn, shots fired. Oh, I meant you and your meows. Oh, God. Okay, now that makes more sense. I mean, you're right, but hot damn. I've watched streams about cats. Alien Earth hurt to watch. There are some parts of Alien Earth that I like. But yes, it took me a minute to warm up to that show. I have a lot of issues with it. I'll say that. I had fun, but I have a lot of issues with it. Covenant, I cannot stay awake for every time I try to watch it. I know, dude. And like when I saw like James Franco and Danny McBride in the cast list, I was like, oh, wow, this is an interesting direction. I think they do fine. I mean, James Franco's not even really in the movie, but I think Danny McBride does fine. But anyway, Thran Temporal Gateway, all of that conversation just to get in the way of being like, this card sucks. Heart of Kieran. Okay. Heart of Kieran. $0.13. Man, I remember when Heart of Kieran was like a $20 card. I will tell you this, chat. If you ever see a card that in Standard has good value, but it's not played really in anything else, get rid of it. Lupine Prototype. What do you think, chat? Is this a card that's worth running if your commander is a station? I feel like it's pretty good, right? It's just like 5 of your station counters for 2. Romulus as well, RT. Romulus was a movie that started as an A+ for me and ended as a D-. At the beginning of that movie, I was like a giddy little kid in my seat, and I was like, oh my God, like all of it was amazing. I loved the spectacle of it. I loved that it was all like low tech, high tech. And then by the end of the movie, I was like, how did this movie turn into an Alien? So pissed off. I'd been waiting so long for that movie. As soon as possible, otherwise no. Okay, so Lupine Prototype, you're saying probably not worth it. Okay. Alien 3 was one of my favorites when I was a kid, but even then I knew it was pretty bad. Alien 3, I have an unpopular opinion where that is one of like my favorite Alien movies. I love how all the entire everybody at the prison is. They don't have good resources, And I love that it's a single alien, not trying to do any spoils. But I mean, it came out in 1993. So if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it. But it's a fantastic movie. And I love that David Fincher came in and had to do damage control. He already had a location. He already had a script. He had to come in and essentially like resuscitate this movie that nobody could get done. And I feel like all of those factors considered, they turned out a pretty good Alien movie. I mean, Alien 1 is a classic. Aliens is the best movie, but Alien is like, those first two are peak Alien. Absolutely peak. And I liked a lot of Romulus, but by the end of it, I was just so frustrated. The stream got a little messed up for me. I missed a lot of that. No! I'm so sick of my stream messing up, man. What is going on? What is going on in my stream? All right, let's type in lupine. This is a fun stream. We got 35 or 40 people watching tonight. We're just organizing some cards and hanging out. I hope you're having a good evening. Yeah, lupine prototype. It's worth like, I don't know, a thousandth of a cent. Set that in the keep pile. Oh my god. If I could just trade all the cards that I bought and don't use for the cash they were worth, I'd probably be sitting on like, to be like, here's $30,000. Here you go. Here's 30 grand. It's the key. Key to the city. See, this card is amazing. People are waking up to key. The issue with key is it just has so many printings. You know what? I should buy a serialized key to the city. This is one of my favorite cards. And a serialized one would be really, really cool. See what it's worth. It's the key to the city. Key to the city. It's a key to the city. Sorry. My neighbors upstairs, they hate when I sing about magic cards. They just stomp on the ceiling. It's the key to the city. $194. Key to the city, 431 of 500. Okay, so if I just have, an extra $300 hanging around at some point, I'll get a serialized key to the city. I do know what you mean, though. The movie did really start strong with the world building. It was great. The character development was on track, and then it just stopped being good. Yeah, they really just, it was like they lost their way. It's like they had a good premise, and then they ended up just, I don't know, dropping the ball. I've been getting a stack of cards to send in a card conduit together over the past days. Plan on using your code. Please do. Please do. Oxmopole, MTG. If you do, use the code MartyMagic to save 10% on your fees when you check out. Hundreds of people this year have already used our code, and there are just so many people cashing in on the cards that they don't use. So if you do use it, it is like the #1 card conduit code. You are all good on Twitch. YouTube is acting up. Okay, so what's a YouTube thing? All right, RT, I appreciate you. All right, let's keep it going. Ever since we got completely off track and started talking about Alien, we dropped from 35 people watching to 17. So we're going to get back on track here a little bit. But you know what? I honestly just want to be able to talk to people about stuff that we like. Transmogrifying Wand. I have so much bulk, I'm going to burn it for warmth this winter. You could do what Elder Dingus is doing, and you could just recycle all of it and turn it into a bunch of different funny sketches. Transmogrifying Wand. So what's the story behind this card? Enters the battlefield with 3 charge counters on it, costs 3. And for 1 and tap, remove a charge counter from it, destroy target creature. Its controller creates a 2/4 white Ox creature token. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. My thought with this was there are colors like blue and red that don't get destroy spells. And so I was like, this is a fun card that lets colors that don't typically get this effect have something to destroy stuff. But as you can see, it doesn't really matter. It didn't pan out. But it's a fun card, and it looks cool. It turns stuff into oxen, but we'll keep it. Aether Sphere Harvester. This was a card that had a lot of hype when it first came out, because it's a 3-cost 3/5. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy, pay an energy, it gains lifelink until end of turn. I'm sure some of you remember during the energy days, this was a big sideboard card. All right, Aether Sphere, what do we got? 3 cents, 14 cents, 26 cents, no, 50 cents. We keep it. It's useless. Should have never bought it. Chaos Wand. Oh, my baby, my sweet. Thank God it's still cheap. I don't have to sell it. And then also Investigator's Journal. I believe it's pronounced Gurnal, but I don't know. You let me know. All right, let's catch up with chat here. Oh, boo. This card isn't worth anything. With energy prices, you might save some money burning it for heat. How does Ridley Scott have 15 accounts and only watching... How does Ridley Scott have 15 accounts and only watching your account? Wait, what did I miss? How does Ridley Scott have 15 accounts and only watching your account? Yeah, my LGS doesn't really like to take foils or secret layers, so I don't know what you meant, Dino, if you want to clarify for me. Oxmox MTG says, yeah, my LGS doesn't really like to take foils or secret layers, so I have a pretty hefty amount of cards to send in that I've been accumulating over time. Okay, nice. Forgetful Paladin, I'm not that creative, but I am a pyro. David, on their website, they say that they sell the different buy lists. Probably just turn around and sell your cards to a buy list and make a percentage themselves. Yeah, you know, I don't really know the actual nitty-gritty of what they do over there, but I do know that they like have a lot of different buy lists that they use to sell your stuff and try to get, you know, a good percentage for it. But what I really love is they do have good transparency here. So like, say they didn't have a card price check tool, right? And you're like looking and you're like, oh, you know, Transmorgifying 1, that's 25 cents on TCG Player. You send that into them and then they don't really send you anything for it. You're like, well, what gives? At least they let you know ahead of time. You know, please don't send us stuff that's like less than 50 cents. Views went from 30 to 50, so I guess Scott is... Oh, I see. I see what's going on. RT says, for just the ache of O's space, I would sell, just for the sake of space, I would sell a ton of cards just for one card. Yep. Yep. Okay. Investigator's Journal, not worth anything, so we will put that in the keep pile. Let's go ahead and move our keep pile over, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a bunch of these cards back. Oh, so much of this just looks like junk. Oh, that's another one that I missed out on. All right, let's go through some of this. Got more stupid Catildas here. I need to turn the air on really quick. Give me just a second, chat. Bet you didn't expect me to pop up from there, did you? Back to Catilda. Was this worth anything? 60 cents. Yes. We'll get rid of all of them. All but one. Okay, Oath of Teferi. I think there's some value on that. A little bit of value. I mean, I'll just get rid of like 4 of them. Most of my bulk is draft chaff I need to get rid of. I know, just getting rid of that kind of stuff is going to save so much space. I do not know if they have a scanning app. Jorah, Weatherlight Captain. I'm pretty sure there's value on this. Yeah. That's like a nice card to include in a red-blue deck. I'll go ahead and I will keep 3 of them. And I will sell this playset. Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. Do they have a scanning app? Like, are you talking about Card Conduit? I don't think that they do, no. 60 cents. Retail $1.05. Return all legendary permanent cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. I mean, it is a very strong card. This is probably a card that I need to be running in my Joda deck. How many do I have? Alright, so that's like 2 play sets. And this is 3 copies. Alright, yeah. That's fine. We'll keep those. This is a fun one. This is a little reserve list card. Suleiman's Legacy. Whenever Suleiman's Legacy comes into play, bury all Djinns and Efrits. Whenever a Djinn or Efrit comes into play, bury it. I think people were looking at this with like Maskwood Nexus or something like that. Or I forget what card it was. But I remember this went through a big spike. And I had bought a bunch of them early. And I didn't sell any of them. So let's see what this reserve list garbage is worth now. Right back down to bulk junk price. Weird. I do not know what I was thinking. This is another one that's really frustrating. Kaya's Guile. I have a ton of copies of Kaya's Guile. And this was a card that people were really playing and people were using. And I just sat on these extra copies. I was like, this is a really good modal spell. For 1, a white and a black, you get an instant, choose 2. Each opponent sacks a creature. Exile all cards from each opponent's graveyard. Create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. You gain 4 life, and it has Entwine. Yeah, like, there's no reason to even get rid of those Suleiman's Legacies. They're all worth, like, less than 50 cents anyway. Yeah, so Kaya's Guile, I want to pull this one up because this is an interesting one. So I would have been buying Kaya's Guile. Look at this. Yeah, see? See, this is funny. This is when I would have bought Kaya's Guile. I was accumulating them when they were here. And then we get to here, and it actually gets to be an expensive card. And instead of selling, which is the whole point of it, I just held. And now it's gone down to nothing. So it's like, we made the right decision. We bought extra copies. Kaya's Guile does the thing. It did the thing. And I just missed it. Because dumb. I probably didn't even know where they were. Because dumb. Ifrit. Jake, you got whole shelves getting power crept. I know. God, dude, don't even remind me, man. I spec'd on like 300 copies of Flump before people found out the combo with Orcish Bowmasters, but I didn't sell. Oh no. Did it do the same thing? The card like went through, it did the thing, and then you missed the window. See, this is what's really good about Card Conduit, is like, say a card goes through, you know, that spike, having something that you can dump your cards to when that happens is a really, really good resource. And what they're going to do is they're going to give you a short time period that you need to mail it out, and then they will honor those prices. Like, you can't, like, lock in an order and then sit on it. You have to, like, send them the cards promptly. But having a resource to get rid of cards when they actually do the thing is always good. Was it actual dumber? No, I noticed that the card had gone through a spike, and I was like, oh, nice, Kaya's Ghost Form. People, or Kaya's Guile, they finally get it. But then it inevitably was like, oh, you know, the card is, it's fine. It's an okay card, but that is what it is. It's just okay. Like, it has two really good effects on it. Each opponent sacks a creature and exile all cards from each opponent's graveyard. Both of those are fantastic effects. Create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying is pretty mid, and gain 4 life. That could be good, but that's also pretty mid, in my opinion. So it has two things on here that are okay. Like, one that's really good. Exile cards from all cards from each opponent's graveyard is a fantastic effect. Each opponent sacrifices a creature can end up being very mid as well, especially because they get to decide what they sacrifice. So the card was just okay. The fact that it became an $8 card for a short period of time was just like, there you go. You've caught it, lightning in a bottle, and I have all these copies of it, and I never got rid of them. And now they're not worth anything. How to set oh my god. How to set a trailing stop loss for cardboard then. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Oh my god. Yeah, it's funny. Forging the Tyrite sword. I forget whose post on Twitter it was or whatever it was, but it was like, why do Magic cards sound like emo bands or something like that? And someone was like, I chimed in with the haven't you people ever heard of Forging the Tyrite sword? No. And it made me laugh. And if I knew who to credit that to, I would tell you who it was. But it wasn't me. But it was funny. Forging the Tyrite sword. Why did I buy a ton of copies of this? Who the hell knows? I think it's because I see sagas as like these permanents that are just like, there's so much value just packed into them. Yeah, whatever I bought these for, I definitely took a loss. Not bad. Not bad. Not good. Not good, and also not great. It was not a good thing, but it was also not it was also not a great thing either. I'm currently looking at Braid of Fire for Avatar, and I bought a bunch. If it doesn't pan out, I know I'll like the card, but if it goes well, I'll be happy to sell it. Nice. Let me look at the card. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a good card because the thing about it is it's already a good card. Right? Like, exactly like you just said. You'll still like the card. Only downside I could see with Braid of Fire is you have to spend the mana excuse me, in upkeep unless you have something like that Electro from Spider-Man or something, which is a very good card. That Electro is good. All right, let's see. Forging the Tyrite Sword, nothing there. Arcades, the strategist. I have multiple copies of this card, and the reason is... Oh, here we go. Is I was going to build a deck that was like a modern deck, and so I had 4 of them. You know what? I'm going to keep one, and I'm going to sell 3. It's a card that's worth like $2. These are the kind of things that I need to part with. I don't need multiple copies of it. Oath of a Johnny. God, if I could get back all my specs for War of the Spark. Oath of a Johnny. Oath of a Johnny. 10. Wow. The fact that this is worth 10 cents is honestly astonishing. It's not worth selling, but at least it's got a tiny bit of value. Retribution. Excuse me. Nope. Nothing there. Nothing there. Let's make a 4/4 until end of turn. Angels you control gain tap, destroy target creature. I mean, like, it's such a good card. Such a good card. No value, though. No value on it. Just backpack con. A side question, do you ever go to any other Magic cons? I go to some of, like, I've been to some of the Laughing Dragon events, like the Command Fest events. Those are pretty fun. If anything comes to LA, I typically will try to go to that. Especially now, because every single time I go to a con, I'm getting a Relentless Rat Side by Thomas Baxa. And so whenever there's a con nearby, I need to at least go and do that. That's my long video that I'm working on. It's going to take, like, I don't know, 10 years. So if you want to support the channel, I'm going to be around for at least 10 years while I'm working on that Baxa video. Boros Reckoner. Oh, Boros Reckoner used to be $30. Can you even believe that? This used to be like a $30 pull. Boros Reckoner. Firebending is so good. Firebending and Earthbending are both amazing effects. Alright, Boros Reckoner, nothing there. Anafenza. We got Anafenza here. 18 cents, $1.58. Nope. God, it's just the base copy. Tajik. See, these were all probably purchased for this series that was like, these were in anticipation of Pioneer becoming a format. I went through and I was like, oh my god, what are all the good Pioneer cards? And then what I did was I proceeded to buy anything but all of the good Pioneer cards. I mean, Dramoka's Command is a great card, but look, it's worth 3 cents. Ugh. Useless. Vona. Butcher of Magan. Yeah, anything like that that has kind of like Convoke vibes is also good. I agree, Spec. Maybe they'll change the hybrid rules and Reckoner will get better. Yeah, maybe so. God, Vona. Vona used to have value as well. I'll just hold on to it for whenever they make a freaking Vampires Matter set, and then maybe it has a chance. Oh, these are cool. There's going to be value here. Found a couple foil Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. That has a little bit of value. $5? Let's go. Are either of those the stamp promo? No. Oh. $2. Fine. Sell one, keep one. Lame. Enigmatic Incarnation. I was like, this card's like Birthing Pod. I should buy a ton of copies of them. It'll be 10 cents in the future, and it'll just take up space in the binder. I'm so smart. I'm the smartest man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are all foil True Fire Captains. We've got 4 of them here. 4, 8, 12. Jeez. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 of them. I deserve an award. Absolutely sweet. The card is worth 10 cents. I probably paid 50 cents or $1 for each card, making lots of losses. That is what I do. Oh my goodness gracious. These will go in the keep pile. All right. We're going to make it through this box. We'll just save the time while we're here. Jeez. Blight Widow's just like, why? All right, Haxos, the Unscarred. This card is like Achilles. Hactos. Not Haxos. This card did work for me in a draft. It's not worth anything. We've done nothing but waste time. Enigmatic. Also not worth anything. Reflector Mage. Okay. Here we go. All right. In Commander. Seems fun. All right. Reflector Mage. Is it worth anything? I don't think Reflector Mage ever got unbanned in Modern, did it? This hobby is a lot of time feels like owning. This hobby a lot of time feels like owning about. The 2 best days of owning about is when you buy it and when you sell it. Yes. The card did well that one time I played limited. Better buy 20 copies of it, Jake. Yeah, I mean, the card I thought of when I was reading that, the thing that comes to mind is Reform. Yeah, it was a weird deck because he had to buff him without targeting him because of his weird protections. Oh, yeah. That is interesting. Reflector Mage. The list version is 75 cents on here. This is a fun version. It's pretty wild. Pretty psychedelic. 2 cents. This isn't worth shit. Ah, Thassa, God of the Sea. Now I know that this is worth something, but I think... Oh yeah, I don't want to sell any of these. These are all from the secret lair, and I already pared these down. So I'm just gonna keep these. Sphinx's Rev. Let's see what we got here. Ah, good. It's worth a good old nothing. It's worth nothing. It is still legal in Modern? What did it get banned from? Oh, it got banned from Standard when it was in Standard. That's what it was. Atarka's Command. $0.62. Yeah, alright. We can get rid of some Atarka's commands. That's fine. Yeah. Got 4 of them. I'll sell 2, keep 2. Cards like Sphinx's Rev are rough because they're easy precon recon. Yeah, exactly. Easy precon bait. Jake is showing you what actual archaeology looks like. Oh, God. Detention Sphere. Wow, what a pickup. What a pickup. Oh, yeah, Detention Sphere. Oh, yeah, dude, Detention Sphere. Smart. Smart move. Yeah, smart. Smart. It was yeah, that card was played in limited and probably standard a little bit. Smart. Very smart. Dreadbore. This was a card that I absolutely missed the God, I missed the window on this one. Bro, Dreadbore, because it was played in I think it was played in Red Black Modern. It got picked up in like the Red Black deck before it got absolutely neutered. Yeah, I want to now I want to look. Yeah, look. See? See? Missing the boat. Again. Has its big spike up here to $7, $8 market average. And then reprints galore. Deck gets banned. Yeah, and then that's what happens. Rip. Rip. Archie is digging through other people's trash. Yeah, pretty much. Isn't it a common now? What, Dreadbore? I don't know. I mean, sorcery speed, 1 red, 1 black, destroy target creature or planeswalker. Yeah, that's definitely like common potential. Hold on 1 second. Ah! Ugh. He never wants to be held. So I'm sorting through lands right now, and I'm getting close to having a fire sale on all of them because I'm reaching the point of having a mana base for all the 32 combos and me not wanting any more decks. Yeah, how many decks do you have? Look at the bright side. If it's still worth more than the cardboard, look at the bright side. It's still worth more than the cardboard it's printed on. Yeah, almost. So Dreadbore, no value. Hactos, no value. Let's see if Glimpse the Unthinkable has any value these days. I wonder, were they able to power creep Glimpse the Unthinkable? No, there's value there. Okay. Yeah, so like here's a good example. Like you see how the Ravnica near mint price here is 5 and the retail price TCG low is 13. This is one where I would probably like put those cards in a binder and trade them versus selling them here. Like that margin is pretty wide. A lot of them are like much tighter margins where I'm just like, yeah, like $1.52 on a card that has a retail of $1.83. I'm fine with that. And I have, how many of them? 4? Yeah, I already have a play set of these, so I'll just get rid of these glimpses. We don't need them. All right, 1,000-Year Storm. That's one that I definitely missed. And then I see Hidden Stockpile here as well. $0.31. All right. Barely not worth it. Just barely. And Hidden Stockpile. This is a pre-con card. Fail. Alright. We got through those. We didn't get a ton of stuff for our pile, but we got some stuff. Off to bed, but nice to be able to catch a stream for a bit. Have a good night, Spec. Thanks for hanging out, man. Catch you later. You said you have 17 with about 10 in the works as far as how many commander decks you have. Just got to get my ass up and sleeving and or buying the few missing cards. Nice. Do you ever take decks apart, or is it like once they're together, they're just together? Okay, so Maddening Cacophony is better. Because I've always felt like the just 1 blue, 1 black mill 10, that's like the equivalent of like a lightning bolt, right? It's like that's a nice big chunk of their library. I've always felt like Glimpse is like, that's like the bread and butter of mill. It doesn't have any alternative costs though, you know? Count, are you talking about how much like in the pile, like how much is the pile worth? I don't know yet because I haven't put everything into a list, but if I had to guess, this is probably, if you get down to it, most of this stuff is like 50 cents or more, so I would assume this has got to be at least between 300 and 500 so far with everything that we've pulled. So I'd like to get about like double this and see what we get. Let me pack some stuff up into the box here so that I can move on to a different section, because now that I know I'm keeping what's here, I can just move on from these. Oh. Wait a minute. We found more stuff. Oh man. Found an old Card Kingdom order here. Lord Dino says, I try out stuff. Shilgengar became Fira or Fira. Henzi is becoming Venom. My 5-color switches up from time to time. Okay. All right, cool. Do you like keep notes on what the previous deck versions were just in case? Let's see what's in here. Oh, wow. Oh, man. This is a box of embarrassment. I'm sure of it. That is a fun token, though. Oh, God. Last word? Wait a minute. Oh, this is... Oh, a foil Nemesis mask is sick, though. Okay, wait a minute. All right, there might actually be some good stuff in here. Foil Lich's Tomb. All right, at least some of this stuff needs to be in sleeves. All right, let's get through. What's great about this is I have prices of these. So I can actually look at what stuff was purchased at. Here, let's... God, I've lived in this... Oh man, I've lived in this apartment for a while. 9/15/2021. Okay. Alright, let's see what we got here. Last word. Oh, $1.58 for the foil. Okay. Okay, I thought we had something there. I thought that I had actually bought some good stuff, but it appears that I didn't. Let's see what I paid for these. Last word. I was paying like $2.39 maybe. Count Crisco's become a member. Channel member, that's what's up. Wait. What? Did a bunch of folks just get memberships? Dude. William is Bister. Holy cow, dude. Thank you so much. All right, I gotta announce all these. Thank you so much, William Bister. Appreciate you, man. Sent Martishius Magic 20 gift memberships. Thank you so much. Count Crisco, Eli Cook, Insane Goon, McFuddy, Josh Williams, Jake Just says William says happy sorting, brother. I appreciate you, man. Daniel, Northern Angler. Al Goodman, Steve Anna, Jack Polifka, Chad Howard, Christopher Freeman, Shane Toole, Marlowe, Can't Prop, BDC Matt, The Amazing Puck, Cream Reviews, which I'm interested in. Cream Reviews. I wonder what kind of creams. Matthew White. I appreciate you, William. Thank you so much. That's so sick. That's so nice. That's so nice and wholesome. I like nice, wholesome moments like this. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you. All right, let's keep going here. All right, so we got these last words. They're not worth anything. So we'll put them in the keep pile. Shriveling Rot. Until end of turn, whenever a creature is dealt damage, destroy it. Or, until end of turn, whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, that creature's controller loses life equal to its toughness. Until end of turn, whenever a creature is dealt damage, destroy it. Instant speed spell. Or, until end of turn, whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, that creature's controller loses life equal to its toughness. So, say you have this spell, right? And someone goes and does a board wipe. And now you, at 4 here. Whenever a creature is dealt damage, destroy it, but you use the second part. Or until end of turn, whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, that creature's controller loses life equal to its toughness. That seems so good. That seems so good. So I guess that's what my brain was thinking. I probably read it and I was like, that seems so good. And that was probably my last word before purchasing. Yeah, 3 cents. People do not see it. They do not see what I see. They do not see what I see. Pulse of the Tangle. Oh, Count Crisco, Amano, Amano. Cream reviews. I want to know about cream reviews. It's almost a holiday season. Got to spread the positive cheer. I appreciate you, man. Yo, I kind of love that card. I have never seen that. It's not bad, right? It's not bad. All right, Pulse of the Tangle. Put a 3/3 green beast creature token into play. Then if an opponent controls more creatures than you, return Pulse of the Tangle to its owner's hand. So you put a 3/3 into play, and then you get the card back if someone has more creatures than you. I mean, it seems good. I guess these days there's just things that are so much better that you could do. But I don't hate the card. I really don't. How is the stream looking for everybody? Is the stream looking good? Is it lagging? Is the sound level okay? Just want to make sure that we're in a good spot. I wonder what that goes for in foil, the black card. Yeah, we'll look it up here in just a second because I'm pretty sure I bought some. So Pulse of the Tangle, Pulse of the Grid. This one, draw 2 cards, then discard a card from your hand. Then if an opponent has more cards in hand than you, return it to your hand. This is pretty rough. This card is not great. We'll look it up for the sake of the stream, but I am thinking it's probably not worth much. Oh, I mean foil, $1.40, 32 cents. It's not nothing. Oh, that's the list version. There's the regular. All right, it's worth $0.25. Pulse of the Forge deals 4 damage to target player. Then if that player has more life than you, return it to its owner's hand. All right, so for 3, your instant speed dealing 4 to target player. Then you can return it if they still have more life. It gets kind of good if you have damage reverberation out there. Stuff that's going to amplify, like double and triple your damage. But otherwise, it's pretty rough. So all these cards are from Darksteel, which makes me think these were pickups that were probably from, like, talking about Darksteel. If we did a Commander Sleeper series video, I would probably pick up some specs and just be like, stuff from this set that I thought would maybe do something. You don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. Lich's Tomb. I mean, this seems like a good card. You don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. Whenever you lose life. Okay, so it's worth 75 cents. What did I pay for it? 79 cents. Good job. Yay. Are you jinxing the stream? No! Are any of these worth getting rid of? Yeah, 75 cents. I'll keep 2 and get rid of 6. Whatever. I'm essentially giving them back. Giving them back for what I paid for them years ago. All right, now we have some foils here. Synod Artificer. This is my issue with some of like the old foils, is a lot of them have this inevitable kind of like curl to them. $0.75 for the foil. I'll just keep the card. Those old foils really do hit, though. Two foil Shriveling Rot. Foil 90 cents. Or retail price is $2. That seems like a good card to me, though. I think I'm going to try that out. Pulse of the Forge. $1.40 near mint foil. All right, I'll sell one and I'll keep one. Pulse of the Fields. I mean, now that I pulled the foil Nemesis Mask, does this mean that I need to build Venom? I feel like maybe it means I need to build Venom. Yeah, I just really liked these pulses for some reason. Alright, I'll keep one of these and get rid of one of these. Foil Nemesis Mask I paid $2 for. Let's see what that's worth. In excellent condition, okay. Oh. Oh! Okay. So I paid $2 for the foil Nemesis Mask. That is a winner. We had an actual winner. Jank, have a good night, man. Thank you so much for hanging out, dude. Let's get a game soon. Let's play a game of Commander. It's just like a little bit kind of like, you can see there, it's kind of like, I don't know. It's loved. Yeah, probably because of Venom. But I am going to keep it because it is my only foil copy and it's pretty sweet. Yeah, we should spell table it up, man. Alright, foil last word. $1.58. Retail is $6.48. I'll just go ahead and keep it. Synod Artificers. More Shriveling Rot. More Pulses. More Nemesis Mask. More Lich's Tomb. More Foil Shriveling Rot. A Foil Lich's Tomb. Okay. Alright, I see. These are sorted based on what is single foil. Okay. Alright, I see what happened. God, what am I doing buying all of this? Alright, none of these pulses are worth it. Not worth it, not worth it, not worth it. The Nemesis masks, I will keep one of these and sell one of these. Yeah, this one's essentially near mint. I want to have one near mint one that we'll keep, and then we will put this one in the sell pile. Foil Lich's Tomb. Oh, the foil's worth $1.18. Or the TCG price is $5.47. I'll just go ahead and keep this. More foil copies of Shriveling Rot. Foil Pulse of the Tangle. 2 of them. And then a foil Pulse of the Grid. Should have just put these all in order versus having to go back and relook these up. Pulse of the Dross. Alright, none of the pulses. None of the pulses non-foil are worth even worrying about. Shriveling Rot, again. Probably not worth it. Yep. Alright, so none of this stuff is even worth really logging in. The Lich's Tombs I can go ahead and get rid of. I don't need the Lich's Tombs. Spire of Industry, jeez. Voldaren Estate. I thought this would be a thing. Yep, nothing there. Alright, Spire of Industry. This is another one that I missed the boat on. Yep, used to have some value. The foil of it has value, but none of these, sadly, are the foil. So all these spires are worth like 11 cents a piece. They should just go in any artifact-centric deck that's 2 or more colors, I guess. No value there. Ghost Town. This is the Tempest version. Alright, 205. Yeah, that's fine. Let's get rid of these Ghost Towns. I'll keep one of them. They're all lightly played. This is probably the nicest one, actually. We'll keep that one and we'll get rid of these. Alright, let's find... let me find another box. I'll be right back. Crawfish cigarette. What's up? Good to see you. All right, I found a box called Rare Foils. So we're going to look through this and see what we got in here. If there's anything worth pulling, that is notable. Let's see what we got here. Starting with white. Oh, it looks like some of this stuff is... Actually, let's just move the box over. Alright, what is that? Help me remember, chat. Avacyn Restored. Divine Deflection. Something like that. Glory. Alright, a bunch of this stuff looks like it's probably going to be booty. Oh, let me check these blast zones really quick here. Yep, blast zone. Nothing. Alright, we got Glory. That is foil. Foil's 16 cents. We'll just keep it. Warden of the Inner Sky. Everybody, thank you for hanging out tonight. I hope you are enjoying the stream. If you are and you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. Great way to support the channel with just the click of a button. Alright. Nothing on Warden. Let me just like do a glance through rather than looking at all these. I see and Night Exemplars. I feel like these probably have some value. Felidar, captured by the there's a foil flump. Kutzel's Flanker. Flare of Fortitude. Dawn's Truce. Oh, there's some good stuff in here. Out of Time. Another Flare. Honor Guard. Out of Time. There's a Sanctifier in Vec. Leonin Arbiter, Fumigate. Mesa Enchantress, Resto Angel, Micaeus. Nova. Karmic Guide, foil. Alright, I mean, we'll look up some of this stuff. Foil Retro. Is that what this is? Yeah. Well, I don't want to get rid of the flares. Even though they have value, I don't want to get rid of them. It's going to be hard for me to get rid of these foils, I know it. Yeah, the promo flare is only 320. It's a good card. I would rather just run it, even though I don't run white. All right, Dawn's Truce, $7, and the foil is worth less than. I mean, come on, that's an awesome version of Dawn's Truce, though. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the Dawn's Truce, Flump. And Night Exemplar. Oh, whoops. Oh, that's cool. Alright, I'll sell one, keep one. Alright. The rest of these cards. Angelic Arbiter. Okay. I mean, it just looks so cool, though. Oh, I don't need it. But it looks cool, but I don't need it. But it does look cool. Aether Geode Miner. Resurgent Belief. Alright, I can shed a foil retro Resurgent Belief, that's fine. Alright, let's check through. Let's check with some of the other colors. Approach of the Second Sun is kind of cool. Savine's Reclamation. I just feel like this has been reprinted so much that it doesn't have any value anymore. But that's a CEDH card. Yeah, no real price on that. Rather just keep it. Fumigate. God, this music is so intense for this. No, I would rather just keep the foil. Alright, so barely pulled anything out of that. Sanctum Weaver. Ooh, foil exploration. Didn't even know about that. Big thanks to William Miss Booster for the channel membership. Yeah, that was very sweet. Big thank you to William again for those 20 memberships. Like, what is the price on exploration? That's at least dollars. I would guess 10 or more. Oh, well, there you go. Which one did I have? Do you remember? Do you remember, chat? Remember when it was a card? Ben Bateman MTG, what's up, man? Good to see you. I am currently just organizing stuff, and I am getting an order together to send to Card Conduit. And so I'm just going through old, kind of like forgotten about stuff. Looks like I'm doing the same thing as you while watching you do it. There we go, man. Yep. Yeah, so I'm like finding stuff like foil exploration that I had just completely forgotten about. And this is one of my big issues with Magic is so often I will end up just accumulating cards and forgetting about them. And so, yeah, it's time to pare down. Yeah, so let's see. I want to see what Sylvan is even worth these days. Right now I'm on Card Conduit and I'm just looking at their buy list. Yeah. How the Mighty Have Fallen. I remember playing against Sylvan Primordial, and this was one of the most annoying cards, chat. Al says, just sorted my collection a month ago and buy listed off about half of it, foiled out my Muldrotha deck with the profits. Is that your baby? Muldrotha? Is that your favorite? My baby is Imskir. Love red black. I mean, I could get rid of the foil Sylvan. At this point, it's just a meme. If they ever reprinted it, though... I mean, it's $5. It doesn't matter, and I'm not going to run the card. Green is one of my least favorite colors. Chat, Ben Bateman is hanging out, and if you have not seen it, you should definitely check out Pack It Up. A very cool show. It's one of the coolest new MTG content as far as like MTG shows that's been out in recent history. It's like based around Chaos Draft, but it feels like a reality TV show. You gotta check it out. You think it holds? Yeah, they unban it and then... I mean, it's just such a degenerate card. I guess I could keep it. It's only $5. I don't think I have any other copies of Exploration, so I'm going to keep this as well. See if anything else in here looks particularly worth, like, pulling. The Joraga Warcaller, I feel like, is probably worth some value. Can we get a recap of the sell pile? Yeah, we can get a recap of it. Okay, yeah, the Warcaller. Like, if I played Elves, this would be a card that I would definitely keep, but I don't. So I think this is probably one that I can comfortably sell. Here's the current sell pile. So this, per what Card Conduit likes, which is cards that are 50 cents or more, this entire pile here is all going to get sold. And a lot of this is just like cheaper stuff. But a whole bunch of it is just cards that I've accumulated over the years that I'm not doing anything with. So it's just time to pare them down and get rid of these. Some of these are failed specs, as we mentioned earlier in the stream. But we also have some good cards in here, like Scheming Symmetry, Felidar Retreats. A lot of these are like play sets, as you'll see. Then we do have some stuff where it's like cards that we bought when they were like $1 or like around, you know, 50 cents to $1. I remember I bought this in like 2019 or 2020 being like, you know, Mortuary, that's a pretty unique effect. And now this is like a $30 card, so it's time to get rid of these. Don't really need them anymore. Glinthorn Buccaneer. These are the kind of cards that were part of janky little 2-card combos. You have some cards in here that were absolute, like, they did gangbusters when they were in Standard. You have stuff like Choke, which was purchased because of Jason Mind Sculptor getting unbanned in Modern. And then just like stuff like this, Mind Crank, because it's scarce, and once it starts getting enough reprints, this card won't be worth much, so best to just get rid of it. Expo Map, Dismember, Bolt Bend, just good uncommons that have value are typically good reprint equity for Wizards. There's stuff in here that I'm never going to play, like Mindbreak Trap and Omniscience. I just don't play very much blue, and so there's not a lot of interest there. It's like all these old janky Comet Storms. For every janky Comet Storm that you see here, it could have been a freaking Tarmogoyf. And then that would be the ultimate one. If you held your Tarmogoyf until now, oh man. I remember when Tarmogoyf was used as the marquee card to push all of the Modern Masters products. And now that card has just been power crept completely out of the format that it used to dominate. So this is the rest of the stuff. Stuff like foil Necroskitter, again, like scarce cards like this, I just don't need them. Foil Padeems, a bunch of foil Ramanop Excavators, the box promo. Just no reason to hold on to these. Stuff like foil Aether Spouts, if that ever gets a reprint, it's not worth anything. Same is true with Marionette Master. It's like they're nice foils, but just don't need them. Stuff like foil Pyrokinesis, very specific niche card. CDH likes it, but otherwise don't really need it. Dual Caster Mage, Green Suns, Gamble. These are all cards that I would consider to be, or not all of these, but a lot of them would be prime reprint equity for sets. So that's enough of a reason for me to get out. So I don't know how much is there, but I would guess at least a few $100. Well, with those mortuaries, all three of those are worth like $100 right there. There's stuff like a Zandu Mammoth, like foil MDFC. Y'all should play Star Wars Unlimited on stream sometime. I'd love to watch. Have you played it at all? It's actually, dude, it's such a good game. It's such a good game. It's so different from Magic because it's you take a turn, I take a turn. You take a turn, I take a turn. Unless a card specifically says, you know, like play a creature and attack with it. If you play a creature, that creature cannot attack that turn that it's played. Even if it has like, unless it has an ability called Ambush, which is like haste, except it only works when swinging at creatures. It's a really cool game. It's a cool game. You were big into it the first few sets. Okay, cool. So you know about the pacing of the game and how it works. It's very different. All right, let's get past the green stuff here. I'm not seeing a ton of stuff. This is a renewal. Probably keep the stream going at least like another... Well, I don't know. I'm going to see. We're hanging out. Goblin War Chief. Oh, wow, chat. What is that doing? A foil tank? How did it ever survive? Leyline of Combustion. Got the foil Hellkite Charger. That's kind of cool. Trumpeting. Pyromancer Ascension. Is there anything in here that actually has a lot of value? Just at a first glance. Artist Talent. That's a nice foil. Sunspine Lynx. There's not a ton of stuff here. Release the Gremlins. Let's see. Reset the playlist here. I'd rather just have the shank the tank. No, I'm not shanking it. It somehow survived the show, so I don't know how it survived the show, but I'm gonna let it live its life. All right, let's see if any of this stuff is worth anything. Release the gremlins. I don't think that's worth anything these days. What do we got here? 10 cents, 15 cents. Nope. Nothing. Nothing. Veronica. All of this here, the time would be better spent going through something more meaningful. These right here are just, there's not a lot of value that I see at a glance, and so it's not even worth it for me to type stuff in. Oh, now this is a fun one to talk about here for a second. I probably bought this Overwhelming Forces for, I would guess, probably about $20 to $25. I always thought this was a good effect. 6 and 2 black, sorcery speed, destroy all creatures target opponent controls, draw a card for each creature destroyed this way. You're blowing up the board, you're drawing a bunch of cards, but I found that this card was always a pain in the ass to see, especially if you draw it early in the game. It's just like, even if you're running a deck with a lot of fast mana, like you're running a ton of mana rocks, this card more often than not is just a trap. So if it's worth anything, I'll probably go ahead and sell it, and I will probably sell it at a loss. Yeah, it's worth $10, $20 on TCG low. Yeah, I'll just... $10, whatever. Yeah, I don't need it. Then we have Desecration Demons. These are 4 foil Desecration Demons. This isn't going to be worth anything. Just as I expected. Not worth anything. Foil Bloodgift Demon. Bloodgift Demon, like, this is such a boomer Magic card. This reminds me of, like, are you building a new commander deck? Does it run black? Is this your first iteration of the deck before you just cut stuff that's generically good? That's what this card makes me think of every time I look at it. It's just a 5/4 flyer for 5, and it has Phyrexian Arena going on. $0.60, $2.50 for the foil. I mean, I'm keeping it. It's a boomer card. I'm not getting rid of it. Rankles, Prank, Veto, Mind Slicers, Chainer, Shill Gengar, Painful Quandary, Marionette Master, Dothy. Alright, 2 Dothys in here. It's a pretty interesting card. It's got nostalgia clout. That's right. It's like, look, dude, I'm nostalgic. It's like the Michael Ironside of Magic the Gathering cards. It's like everyone knows him by the look of him, but they're like, I don't know what he's in. Dothy Voidwalker. Here we go. Oh, $7 for the retro. $7.07 for the retro foil. All right, I'll keep one, I'll sell one. We keep one, we sell one. I don't need both of these. It's a card that I see played in CEDH. It's a very sweaty commander card, but I'll keep one, we'll sell one. Scavenger's Talent. $0.60 foil. No. I'd rather just keep it. Wick. Oh, this is a fun card. Wick the World. We get a lag spike here. 10 cents for Wick. Alright. Crick. This Carrick is kind of cool, though. Wow. Wow, how the mighty have fallen. $1.40 for the etched, I'm keeping it. There's no reason to even sell it. The Raven Man. Dothy should be like a $25 card. I have the Phyrexian text version. I mean, it's a great card. Fantastic card. Can I buy Dothy and you sign it? Sure. If you want me to. I'm happy to do it. What, you want to do like a super chat? Just message me on like Instagram or if you're in the Discord, you can message me on Discord. And you are in the US. Well, actually, I can send it with a worldwide stamp. It's just an envelope. The Raven Man. 10 cents. All right, nope. Not worth it. Poet's Quill. A lot of this stuff now is looking at like stuff that I don't even need to look up. Soren's Vengeance. Profane Command. Ruinous Path. Cauldron. Coveted Prize. Bioblight. Indulgent. Singer. So much of this stuff here is just not super good. Wits End, Rankle's Prank, Veto, Languish. All right, yeah, let's switch colors here. All right, we got blue. Let's see if any of this stands out to me right out the gate here. Midnight Clock. Disallow. Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Foil Drake Havens. Icy Blast. I mean, this looks like this must be like a old bulk foil. Yeah, this looks like bulk foils. Foil rares. Mindlock Orb is kind of cool. Let's take a look at that. It's a stacks card. $0.25 for foil Mindlock Orb. No, I'm not selling that for 25 cents if they're going to give, if it's $2.63 retail. Waxen Shapeshifter Flash. You may have this creature enter as a copy of an artifact or creature you control. That's a pretty good card. Waxen Shape Thief. Jeez, 10 cents for this foil? You're killing me. Archmage's Charm. Upheaval. Non-basic lands are islands, Harbinger of the Seas. That is a brutal card. See what it's worth. Yeah, not surprised. Worth $2.50. It's worth more than the TCG low price is to sell it to them. I'll just go ahead and shed it. I don't need this. Reflections. Key to the Vault. This is one of those cards that I'm very surprised because of how cheap it is. 1 in a blue. Legendary Artifact Equipment. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may exile a non-land card from among them. and put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost, and it has an equip of 2 and a blue. So if you put this on like a 5/5 flyer, it smacks in. You're going to look at 5 cards, and you're just going to get something for free. Seems very good. Seems very good. I do like it. The key to the vault. I like the key to the city, and I also like the key to the vault. $0.03, 10 cents. Yeah, I'm keeping it. There's no way. I mean, this card is strong, dude. Either that or I just am terrible at assessing good cards. Got braided net here. I think I'm going to keep all the merfolk stuff. I feel like the Vidillion, all this stuff in anticipation of Lorwyn. Yeah, I'd rather just hold this. Yeah, that's fine. Midnight Clock. I think I have a couple of those. I see that in more and more commander decks. $205. Oh, just the basic ass foil one. Not worth anything. The other version has some value to it. Tasha's Hideous Laughter is her Beast Binder. There's a Surge foil. I wonder what this Fallout Surge foil is worth. Jason Bright. So the Surge foil one is probably worth $1.83. Is that what I'm looking at? Okay. All right, none of this stuff. This box has been kind of booty, man. A lot of the stuff in here is not really all that strong. Okay. Let's go through artifacts. I see Peace Walker Colossus, Aether Sphere Harvesters, Rune Chanter's Pike, Lupine Prototype, Merchant's Dockhand, Soul Talisman, Dynavolt, Damping Matrix, Darksteel Plate Foil, Witchbane Orb Foil. Okay, some of this stuff in here might have some value and might be worth paring down. Chromatic Lantern, Blight Herders, Endless One, Bloodforged Battle Axe, Cursed Tome. I mean, it's also kind of mid. It's a Pearl Medallion, but I'm not even going to want to get rid of that. Sunforger. These Chaos Wands, not worth anything. Endless One. Yep, nope. None of that is really even worth anything. Lands. Oh. No, I mean, there's like some good lands in here. But again, as I already mentioned earlier, I'm not going to want to get rid of any of the lands. Could probably get rid of this Takanuma. Couple foil exotic orchards. Jake, what was dinner tonight? I had some hot bar from Amazon Fresh while I was over there. I went over there to pick up some beer, and I ended up having their orange chicken on hot bar. And then I brought it home, and I made some instant rice, and then I had it over some rice. And you know what? I need to make my smoothies because I've been neglecting them. Oh, here we go. Retail price TCG low $7.72, and they're offering $7.20 on the foil. All right, I can sell that. Gemstone Mine. Oh yeah. What'd you have for dinner? What did everybody have for dinner, chat? Come on. Gemstone Mine foil. What do we got here? 75 cents. I'm just going to keep it. Drowned Temple, Morphic Pool. Oh, Morphic Pool foil is good. Like, exceptional. Marsh Flats is good. These Fabled Passages are good. And then all of these, like, retro checklands, there's no way I'm getting rid of these. These are great for deck building. Drowned Catacomb, Sulphur Falls, Fiery Islet. God, you remember when Modern Horizons came out and they gave us this cycle? And they were like, all right, we're completing the Canopy Land cycle. And these are, like, dirt cheap these days. $203, yeah, so we'll just hold on to it. Oh, you had pizza. Nice. What kind of pizza did you have? What's your go-to pizza? Exotic Orchard. I mean, there's some stuff here. All these Fabled Passages, I would rather just keep these. Alright, so we're just keeping all the lands. I'm not worried about any of the lands. I'm getting rid of that Takenuma because if you know, you know. I've got a ton of Takenumas. But everything else here I'll just hold on to. It's like a lot of commanders here. Oh, there's the old Vexing Shusher promo. Foil Dreadbore, Omnath, Locus of Creation, Hogak, Foily Hogak. What? Another foil Hogak? Wow, I have 2 foil Hogaks. That's funny. Eureka. Oh, so these are all just... There's probably some stuff in here that has value. It's like a lot of stuff in here that I'm seeing. It's probably at least worth typing in. I had a Supreme. Wife's not home and she doesn't like it. Usually we get buffalo chicken because it's her favorite. Oh, I love buffalo chicken pizza. I love buffalo chicken pizza. It's so good. This is a commander I've always wanted to build that's so humble and just like really chill. I've always had an interest in building this one. It just says tap, target player, draw a card. The logical. Oh, best viewers on streamboo.com. Okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. I love that bot on Twitch, always letting me know about the best streamers, where to get the best viewers. I already have the best viewers. Take that. Take that, Streamboo. John Arenicus. Ragadraga. Ragadraga. Lazav. Okay. So there's some stuff in here. Our pile did get bigger tonight. Let's see if this Muldrotha's worth anything. Should kind of give me some sort of indicator of if these are worth going through. $1.50 for that one. For the foil etched. Then we also have, I saw Eureka. No value on Eureka these days. Omnath Locus of Creation foil. $1.60, $2 for the foil. Oh, $6 for the foil, huh? Alright, I'll get rid of one of my Hogax. Oath of Teferi. Foil $4.20. Foil $1.40. Glimpses. Joda. Conflux. Anguished Unmaking. I don't think I'm going to want to get rid of Anguished Unmaking just because it's such good removal. Yeah, Anguished always has a good price because it's typically just like really good removal. Rakdos, Lord of Riots, Rakdos' Return, Wart, Kaya's Guile, Xenagos, Zur the Enchanter, Horde. Which one is this that I have? The etched? Ugh, just none of this really has a lot of value. I think this foil Cabal probably has a little bit of value, and I don't need it. Stephen Davis says, Jake and Ben, what are you guys going to use all the trade money for? You know, I might put it into like a bigger card, or I might just save it for the inevitable like secret layer tax. Whenever like a new secret layer comes around, it always feels like, oh, you know, I want to get that. But it ends up being like a few $100s if you want to get all the stuff, and if you want to get special variants or whatever. If you want to get like the foil ones. So I would probably just like put it into my secret layer budget. That way I don't have to go come out of my my pocket for it. This is all just stuff that I don't even use, so it's worth it to just pare it down. Oh, here we go. Foil Cabal $5.50. Retail is $10 though. Dude, I would rather just trade it. That's just a little bit too big of disparity in price. Rurik Thar. Hostage Taker, Hannah. Fallen Shinobi. Rent is the correct answer. Your Rent? Should get another random collection. I love that video. Dude, I love getting random collection videos. It's just they're so hard to track down these days. They are so hard to track down. Baby Lasagna, here we go. Barbara Saga. Barbara Saga. No value. No value on this. This box here has been a big old jerk. And I am ready to move on from it. Too much of this stuff was just nothing. Nothing burger. Nothing burger cards. This is what happens, Larry. This is what happens, Larry. See what happens, Larry? All right. Set that here. I want to do a little bit of binder stuff. All right, let's see what we got. Pokemon. All right. Okay. Let's see what kind of stuff we can pull from binders to actually get some decent value in here. So this binder here is reserve list. Let's see if like these Grim monolith gold borders are worth anything. Look at that adjustment in price, chat. Yeah, these are worth it to just hold on to. Let's see if the metal worker is worth anything. Oh, that's a much better price. $17.50. I could probably pare down a metal worker. Let's pare that down. Let's see what we could do here. You got the City of Traders, and then you got the gold border. I'm not liking the price here on these compared to the retail price, so I will probably hold on to my gold border stuff that I'm seeing. The price on metalworker is pretty good. The Yogswell 28 is their near mint price. And then the retail price TCG low is 29. Yeah, that's pretty good. That one is pretty well loved. Let's see if this one is in nicer condition. This one looks like near mint. Would honestly rather keep the nicer one. So I'm gonna sell this one off, and even if it like loses like $5 worth of value for condition, I'm fine with that. See the replenish there. I do have a rector. And because I have this one, I don't really have like a need for the other one. Though I will show you this one. I want you to see the condition. This is a well-loved card. I mean, it honestly looks really nice there. Yeah, it's probably just like a light play. It's honestly not bad. I really love these OG foils. This was the first block that introduced foils, and Urza's Saga did not have them, but Urza's Destiny and Urza's Legacy did. So it's like in the middle. Alright, there is a survival of the fittest here. I see like Seeds of Innocence. I see a copy of Earthcraft. Seeds of Innocence, no real value. Let's see what that Erector's going for. 50? In retail, TCG is 65. $50? That's not bad. Feels weird to get rid of reserve list stuff. Oh. Let's see what these outposts are worth these days. So it's a land that makes a 1/1. Yeah, it's not bad. Thing is they're all in kind of beat up shape. Let's take a look at the dreadnoughts. Ooh, see now that is not bad. It's 178, but they're offering 150. I mean, the Dreadnought looks really nice. Let's take a look at this one. And then I have this one, which I got when I was a kid. And you could just see this one is beat up, dude. This is a beat to shit Phyrexian Dreadnought. It's kind of funny. It's still sleeve playable though. So if I ever played a copy, it would probably be that one. Then Null Rod, Ring of Immortals, a bunch of Sands of Time. Sands of Time is one of these cards that people always freak out about. $1.18. Unfulfilled Desires. You know what? I'll sell one of those. I don't need two of these. Nicest condition. Forsaken Wastes. Couple Goblin Wizards. Lotus Bloom. Oh, not bad. Let's get rid of 2 Lotus Blooms. I don't think we need all these. We'll go over some old stuff here. Swords to Plowshares. Stephen Davis says, is there anything you buy or collect with the intention of keeping forever, or is everything for sale when the price is right? There are some cards that I just will never be able to sell, like especially anything with like art on it, or like any of like the cards with signatures that I have. I think for the most part, if it is like something that's been in my commander or been in a commander deck for a long time, like there's certain decks that I will never get rid of. The Amano foil I will probably like never get rid of, unless like for some reason one day it was just like $10,000. I would probably sell it. But like, yeah, there's definitely cards that I have that are just a lot of sentimental value. So I would say if it's like a card that's one of my favorite cards, like especially if it's in a commander deck, or if it's a card that was given to me as a gift, I'll never get rid of that kind of stuff. Most of the time, like reserve list stuff, that's also something that I'll just hold, because I'm like, well, the reserve list is at least finite, right? You know that the reserve list isn't going to be reprinted, or at least you hope that it won't be. See, I know there's a lot of people that want the reserve list abolished, but I actually think the reserve list is a good thing for Magic, because it gives the game clout. And a lot of people will say, no, but, you know, Pokemon, you know, their Charizard is always expensive, and there is no reserve list in Pokemon. I think Pokemon is a game that is, like, worse than Magic. And I think most of Pokemon is about collecting. And I think most sets, there's like 2 or 3 cards that are worth anything, and then the rest of the set is just bulk. In Pokemon, in Magic, a lot more cards from a lot more sets have more application. Let's see what this Enlightened Tutor is worth these days. Near mint price 27, retail price 29. Yeah, I can shed that. Enlightened Tutor. There we go. Look, we're making strides. Worship, Glow Rider, Opal, Archangel, Dust to Dust. Marble Titan. Is Marble Titan worth anything? Yeah, Pokemon has insane emphasis on collecting. The game is dope, but the overwhelming majority of people don't play it. Fanatical Devotion's a good one. Marble Titan, no real value. Oh, sack a creature to regenerate target creature? That is a good card. Not gonna lie. Fanatical Devotion, not a lot of value here. And that is not a typical white effect. I would not have guessed that this is a white card. If you had told me this effect, I would say, okay, so that's like a black card, right? I mean, this is pretty wild. You don't typically see that effect in white. Baby, what's wrong? What is it? My cat is talking to me. Martyr's Cause is equally insane in the same vein. Here, let me look it up really quick. Sack a creature, prevent all damage to a creature or player from one sort. Yeah. I guess Martyrdom in white. Hold on, my cat's having a moment. What's wrong, buddy? What's wrong? You okay? See some bolts. Goblin bombardment. $10, 51, 250, 250. Kind of like the old border goblin bombardment. I don't think I sell that, but you know what? I do have 2 of them, so you know what? Why not? You can go ahead and shed a goblin bombardment. Shivan Dragon. What is that? Revised? But what's the condition like? Well loved. It's not even worth it. Not even worth it. Couple lightning bolts there. Red Blast. Goblin Lackey. Final Fortunes. $12 and retail price is $15.50. This seems like one like the more that get printed for it. Yeah, I'm not gonna run it. I'm not gonna run it. So let's get rid of a couple Final Fortunes. That's fine. Gonna keep whichever one looks the nicest. Crevasse, Goblin Matron, Goblin Lackey. Strawberry System is now following. I appreciate you. I don't think I'm going to shed any of my goblins because I do feel like goblins are something that I would rebuild in the future. That was my very first commander deck. Though I do think I have more copies of Goblin Lackey. Yeah, all these goblins have some value on them. Yeah, Sharpshooter's a $28 card. Goblin King probably has some value. Recruiter. Jockalopes, Smoke, Chainer's Edict, Withering Boon. This is an interesting magic card. Have you checked these before? What, this binder? I have ages ago. Withering Boon is one of these cards that has a little bit of value just because it's such a unique effect in black. Pay 3 life to counter target summon spell. For 1 and a black. Will-O-Wisp, Pox. Got Lord of the Pit. But this one is so beat up. Oh yeah, it's not even worth anything. Sacrifice. Oversold. We got Darkness. Demonic Consultations. Probably missed the boat on selling these consultations. See Darkness, Reanimates, Dance of the Dead. Tortured Existence, that's probably a card that I should sell. Ooh, they're paying $9.50 for Demonic Consultation. It's about to get a reprint. Yeah, I'll go ahead and shed one of these. Gonna keep the old art just because I like the old art. But we'll get rid of a consultation. Dance of the Dead. Let's see how much these reanimates are. I mean, these are old border reanimates though. I'm not getting rid of reanimates. Not getting rid of them. Dance of the Dead. This is a prime reprint target right here. Dance of the Dead. Getting rid of one of them. Tortured Existence. $1.40. Cabal Ritual. Ooh. Ooh, I might want to run that though. I don't think I can get rid of the Cabal. All right, 1 second. All right, let's go back. All right. Bad Moons. Some Animate Deads. No, I'll get rid of my 5th edition one. I don't need it. But no cards after June 2011. Just got the Secret Lair reprint. See Nightmares. Maddening Imp. Dothy Embrace. Target creature gains shadow until end of turn. $0.86, huh? That's something. And it isn't much. I've got a bunch of Mystic Remoras. Force Spike. Force Spike is a card that I've never understood. Why is it so cheap? I mean, I understand, but like for formats that are super mana intensive, target spells countered unless its caster spends an additional one. I don't know. We got Insight here from Tempest. 60 cents. Mystic Remora from Ice Age, they're offering 7 on, so let's just get rid of a Remora. Counter spells. See Altar of Dementia. I see Lotus Petal. Yeah, here we go. Do like the old border altar. The condition on those is just kind of mid. See Pearl Medallion, Jet Medallion, Scroll Rack, Static Orb, Cold Storage. Terrain generator, crystal quarry. There's some glacial chasms. Could probably get rid of a couple glacial chasms. $12.50 they're offering. It's 20. You should just put a pin in getting rid of those. Mountain Valley. Alright, so none of these are going to have any sort of real value. It's a lot of random stuff, isn't it? Nature's Revolt. Alright, no real value on that. Root Maze. Vernal Bloom. Vernal Bloom. Alright. Okay, I can get rid of a Vernal Bloom. I mean, these are all beat to shit. That's the issue with it. Let's do a worldly. Yeah, that's such a good price. Hopefully one of these is in nice condition. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That one's also nice. Alright, so we'll just get rid of a worldly. Fire Covenant, Seedborn Muse, Bearscape. Okay. Chat. I have enjoyed hanging out. We had a 3-hour stream tonight. I am going to wrap it up. We started with our piles around... I think we started them with like Marionette Master up here. So we went from this many cards being sold to doubling that amount. So each day that we do this, we get closer and closer to getting rid of some stuff. Everybody, I am going to get out of here for now. I'm going to rest my eyes and get away from the computer screen. I have really enjoyed hanging out tonight. This has been a really fun stream. If you enjoyed this stream and you aren't subscribed, go ahead and give us a subscription. And a big thank you to all of our channel sponsors, Card Conduit, best spot that you can go to sell your cards quickly and easily on the internet. That is the service that I've been using here, typing all these cards into. I've been using their price checker where you can see what they're going to offer for your near mint card, and then you can also see the retail price on TCG Low if so that you can kind of compare it right there in the moment. That way you're never feeling like, oh wow, I was bamboozled. You get to know ahead of time what you're comfortable sending in. And then also a big thank you to Heavy Play. That is the playmat that we are on here. Heavy Play has a really cool Equip Mag system where all of their stuff snugly magnetizes together, and it is really nice. I've incorporated it into my Magic the Gathering just lifestyle, and I am really happy with their deck boxes, their carrier, their play mats. They have really good stuff over there. You can use our code MartyMagic on Card Conduit and on Heavy Play to save 10%. 10% on fees for Card Conduit and 10% when you check out at Heavy Play. If you've ever been on the fence about Heavy Play, give it a whirl. It is really nice. Use our code, save some money. And then also Dragon Shield, use our code MM5 when you check out to save 5%. I appreciate all of you so much. RT was here, Kandarshan, Count Crisco, Jank was here earlier, Strawberry hanging out, Blight Widow, EK, Steven, Davis, Cosmic Seeds was here earlier. Highlander Hipster. Ben Bateman stopped in for a little while. Stephen Davis. Forgetful Paladin. That stream bot from Twitch even jumped in to pay us a little visit to let everybody know where to get the best viewers. Insane Goon was here. Crawfish Cigarette. I think Food Time was here for a moment. Happy birthday to Brody. You guys, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate all of you so much. Have a good rest of your evening. And there's some fun stuff in the works over here. You're going to see some fun announcements coming up. I appreciate all of you so much. Have a great night. I love you and goodbye. I love you and goodbye. I love you.